To create an events page in Squarespace, click Pages. Come down to your Not Linked section and click the plus icon. And then under Collections, choose Events. Here you can select a preferred layout. We'll go with option B. Give your events page a name, so we'll call it Workshops. We click in here. You'll see there are a number of demo events already set up for you. Now you can easily customize these events, or you can add a new one by clicking this plus icon here at the top. You'll see it just automatically adds an event, and you will be prompted to give your event a title. So maybe we call it Build Your Own Website Workshop. We'd give it a date and time. Say it starts on Friday at 12 p.m. and perhaps it ends the same day at 3 p.m. Hit save. And as you can see, we've got the title here and the date and time of my event. And to the right, I've got this sort of content block. And this works the way the classic editor used to work in Squarespace. So this section isn't Fluid Engine Editor, at least not at the time of recording. We would just click this blue line with the plus icon to add content blocks. And there are a number of blocks to choose from. So if, say we add text, start with the title of the workshop. We can change this to heading 1. You can choose if you want to give it a background or not. I'm going to turn that off for now. And then we can add the details of the workshop in here. So I've just added some details in here for our mock workshop. I might also want to add a video in if I wanted, so I could click this plus icon and add a video. And Squarespace now allow you up to 30 minutes of video, so you can upload it directly in here, or you can use the embed feature if you have a business plan or higher. And you can embed a code snippet. So say you have an Instagram post or something, you can click in here and you can paste the code in and embed it on this workshop page. We delete this for now. Something else you might want to add is reviews. So we could do sort of a line here. Maybe we add 2 spacers, hover over the first one and add a quote. And here under the quote tab, you can actually change and add some animation. So you could have it fade in, for example. And so there's loads of ways you can design this events page. The key thing to keep in mind is to add a call to action. Now what that looks like will be different depending on how you sell this workshop. If you have it set up as a product on your store, you can click the plus icon, you can search product, and you would just add a product from your store. Say you're selling your workshop on a third-party site like Eventbrite, you can come in here and you can add a button. Say we put sign up now, maybe go to design, I'll make the alignment to the left, and then you would just paste in the URL. Make sure you click this gear icon and open it in a new window so that you're not navigating away from your website. Or maybe you're set up with Squarespace Scheduling, which is an add-on to your website. If you've purchased that, you can click the plus icon, search scheduling, and you can set it up that way. Now say it's an event that is in person and they pay on arrival or at the event, you could just include the details of that in here as well. It's just important that we have that call to action so people know how to sign up and purchase if they need to purchase ahead of time. So we're going to hit done and save. Now one thing I didn't add on the page itself was an image, but I do want to give it a thumbnail image so that it can appear nice and neatly on our events page. So what I would do here is I would hover over, click these 3 dots, bring up my event settings, and here is where we can set up and configure the event properly. So date and time, again, we can come in here and change that if we haven't done that already. We can add our featured image, so I'm just going to search for images, go to free images, and I'm going to use the Unsplash integration to search for something relevant. Maybe select this one, add image. Then under excerpt, we want to add a small description of the event, who it's for, and why people should sign up. Now, when you share this out on social media, this little excerpt sometimes shows up, and so you want to make sure that it's captivating to your ideal client. You can change the event URL, something easy to remember, so I probably would just put build your own website, BYOW, take out this part here. Authors, just who set it up, so typically this will be you, and again, if you want to duplicate it, you can do that here as well. Under options, we can adjust the status. So do we want to keep this as a draft for now? Do we need to review it? Do we want to publish it right away? Or do we want to schedule it out in the future? So if you're running a series of workshops, for example, you might want to schedule these out ahead of time so that people can only sign up for the workshops you're running this month, for example, rather than months ahead. Under SEO, you would want to give it a SEO title, something that is going to attract your ideal client, something they're likely to search for. Give it a description. This is similar to the excerpt. Be sure to include keywords. Now, your social image is just an alternative image that shares out on social media. Now, because events a collection item, it tends to pull from the thumbnail first. So it's likely to show your thumbnail image before it shows this alternative social sharing image, but you can add this here if you want. So if we come up to content, this would be the image that it shares out. Speaking of sharing, if you have connected your social media accounts, you can click the toggle on. They will appear here. A toggle will appear, allowing you to click them on, and that means that when you publish the event, they will automatically be shared out to your social media channels. And location, if you are running your workshop at a physical location, you definitely want to add that in there. Not only is it good for search engine optimization, it helps people navigate exactly where to go, gives them some point of direction. Now, if you are running an event on Zoom or something similar to Zoom, it's an online workshop, be sure to include that in the details as well, so people are really aware of that. So that is how you set up an event. Again, if you want to edit any of these, you just click on them and hit edit and follow all the exact same steps. Your past events will appear here, and to adjust the events page itself, just click back to all events, select edit, and you'll see here all of your events appear in here. So this is the little excerpt we were talking about. That's what will display here, and your thumbnail image will appear here. Now, if you click edit section, you'll be able to adjust the format, so the space in here, the width, if you want it to be inset or full width. If you want to show these thumbnails or not, I recommend you do. It tends to look a little bit prettier and more enticing. If you want to show past events, you could turn this toggle on. You could change the thumbnail ratio to your preferred image dimensions. And then under colors, you would select what color of background you would like. So if we click light one here, you'll see it kind of gives me that branded look. Now we've got this image on top. While events are using the classic editor as of the time of this recording, the sections on the event page themselves will have this upgrade button, which means you can upgrade it to Fluid Engine Editor. If you don't know what Fluid Engine Editor is, I'm going to include a link to that video below this one so you can get familiarized with it. For now, we're just going to give this a name. We can click edit section, we can give it a background, we can change the image out, or I can delete this, and I could just choose a basic color here, or I can add an image effect. So I'm just going to keep it really simple for this purposes of this tutorial. And again, you can add multiple sections here and design it however you like. Once you're done with your event page, hit done and save. And the final thing you're going to want to do is click this gear icon on the top of your events page. This is going to bring up your event list settings. So under general, just make sure everything's okay. The page title, navigation, the URL slug, make sure you're enabling the page so people can access it. If at any point you want to give a password to limit who can access this page, you can do that here. Under SEO, again, you would give it a title, description, social image. Here you would add a social image in here. By default, it's going to show your site's social image. And then under advanced, you can, if you've given your event categories and tags, you can manage those here. If you want to add code at any point in time, here is where you would add it. So say you've bought some kind of plugin, you can add the code in here. Just keep in mind you will need a business plan or hire to do that. And that's a basic overview of how you can set up, manage, and sell events on your Squarespace website. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments section. I'm always delighted to help in any way that I can. Hey, if you like this video, there's a good chance you'll also like this one.